Okay, it should work now. Yeah, my bad. The microphone was on OBS, but for some reason it does not work. I think you can hear me now.
It should work now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, my bad. The microphone was on OBS, but sorry for some reason
I talked
alone. But yeah, okay, I cut the echo. Yeah, is it working now on Binance, on YouTube, and on X? Sorry for the problem. So I will restart explaining what I said quickly. I think it's working right now. Please confirm and we can start. Also, you can comment as always your request. If you are stuck in bad position, I can check. You can still not hear me? Okay, it's working now. Okay, yeah. Perfect. So as I said before, following my content, this is not a financial advice. I just give my personal opinion and do your own research, okay? So it's not because a setup is bullish or bearish that you have to FOMO and put high leverage. Always, I often recommend you to not gamble with high leverages. You see the previous market conditions are very, very hard, and we will see why together it's like this, especially because of Bitcoin. As I said, it's still very bullish on the monthly because we have a clean uptrend. But as I said many times in the stream, in my previous video stream, we can see maybe few months more of sideways phase, and we also saw a triple top, likely triple top rejection, and maybe a possible let me show you, because more we move forward, more data we have. So yeah, it's likely it can be, you see this box which have been broken corresponding to this box on the weekly. We have likely the first bearish move and possibly the 50% fib retest because of this. You see this candle, 3 times we closed below the 50% fib from this high to this low, and technically when you have such a configuration, we can see another low because this is an Ichimoku retest, and it corresponds exactly to the 50% fib, and likely 3 weeks in a row now we close under. So as I said, you see my previous, I will show you. This is crazy. Okay, just to sum up from my last Bitcoin view, that was insane, to show you the good job we did together for those who follow the live. So that was my last stream view, and it's really hard nowadays to trade because the market zone is very neutral on Bitcoin on the weekly, and many investors don't know if it's time for a bull run, for alt season, for large cap to pump, for medium cap to pump, for low cap. There is a lot of indecision by everyone, and it's a big challenge because institution, bank, and others big players, they also don't know if it's a good time or not to enter in, and they always want to be cheaper. So likely now we are very neutral, but I don't think we will start the bull run right now. Likely at the end of the year for me, or next year, but it will come at one day, the bull run and the alt season. And if you look at the total crypto market cap, so it's almost at the 80H. So it means that the alt season has already started, but this is surely not the same as we saw a few years ago because you have much more asset, much more token created on the market, and liquidities are spread everywhere. So it's even more difficult to find good asset for the long term, because you have so many now. And if you don't research fundamentals, you will not success, honestly, because chasing hypes are always often lead to big losses if you don't know in which token you invest. Because the worst part of trading is to know when to cut profit, and when you start, you always want to push it to the sky. But honestly, keep 80% in your long term and maybe 10 assets, and keep following the fundamentals. Ask questions to the team, check what are the project, what problems they solve, check the token economics. You have many things to check, and if the team does not answer, and if you are not agree with them for their long-term vision, you can likely maybe cut in minor losses and move to another project. It's very important, because sometimes with time your investment can easily turn red for the long term. So I gave this beauty Bitcoin. I called for this neutral area that was the local top, 118K, and you see it's 1 hour view, and we have exactly the same lines. I did not touch it up, so okay, I removed it, but because I think we are gonna see up, we can move now lower. The main level was here, okay, 115K, also big level, so we had likely something like that. And now the lowest K support, K demand zone is around 110K, 111K. But as I said, if we break under 107K, that will be very bad. And this level is the K1. Right now we are neutral and bearish on the short term, but if we break under this mark, then I guess that, you see, because technically, as we saw together, if you look at what I explained, you have the middle of this area. We saw the perfect bounce on this SSA level, which is here. Usually in a strong uptrend you have a huge reaction, okay, which happened also here, exactly at this mark. Okay, you see SSA, and we have a double top weekly. We retested the 50% fib, but the real level, if you look at the chart, okay, I will delete all the tool. Okay, so I can still, take it them back, but the real level, if you look at, oh, why it's like this? Oh, it's not the fib. Okay, just one minute. No, what was this? Oh, why are my fib like this? Okay, it changed me all the, oh shit, what the fuck. So all my data has been changed for some reasons. I don't know, because I had the golden pocket level and others. Shit, so I have to work on it again. But if you look at, yeah, no, this is the dominance. If you look at the real level, first of all, you have the daily uptrend here. Likely, yeah, you see we have 3 bottoms, so I will start to take the fib from this, which could have been the, yeah. And if you look at the 50% fib, we are here. Okay, and you have the, yeah, this is the golden pocket also here. and 107k. So if we break, this is also the 50% fib, you see, from here to here, up, yeah, which is here. So the golden pocket of this strong trend from the top to the bottom correspond also to the 50% fib from this one to this one. So knowing each fib level, you have also on Ichimoku, you can find it also, but it's better for you to show. You see the 50% fib here from this low to this high is exactly here at 100k. So if we break under the 107, I think that we are gonna crash to 100k, and this is the 100k will be very important, because if there is no rejection, no reaction here, it means that we are gonna end the bull. The bullish momentum for the long term will be end, and we are gonna likely, this is a possible case, visit the 88k or at least this low. But for me, we are still very bullish as long as we remain first of all above the main uptrend, okay? But sometimes we can create a fake breakdown under the trend to grab liquidities and then to trap people to move higher. And regarding the monthly view, it's likely you have also the monthly 89. Oof, I didn't see that. On the, you see the weekly and the monthly, we have this level on the monthly, the 87. It's very difficult to say, but I think at least we are gonna test the 110k. But medium term looks very stuck, very neutral, with a lack of bull pressure. So for me, there is more chance to see a bearish move on the next maybe few weeks. I don't expect to see a breakout of the HEH right now. We are gonna likely, the next move, visit once again the 100,000k and 98k, which could be the K bottom. And you see this strong level here, it can be a kind of maybe head and shoulders or something like this, with the leg, left shoulder, likely the head, right shoulder, and we are gonna visit again the monthly uptrend. It's likely possible. You see also the last bearish, the last daily candle close was very neutral but closed in red. Weekly 50% fib and Shinku head, usually a reversal sign on the main trend. So it's not because everyone on Twitter, on other media are bullish that you have to follow the crowd. No. When you are very neutral like that, more you hang in a bull move, more you hang far above K support like that, more you have chances to see a retest of this lower K support. So that's my view for Bitcoin, neutral and likely bearish for the next. And this level is the K1. So, and congratulations for the one who followed my previous outlook, which was very, very accurate. So let me, like that. That was, you see, and before and after. So that was perfect. And this is even more difficult because we have no direction. And you see the H4 view, very neutral for the short term on Bitcoin. We are still very neutral, bearish bias, as I explained. We are still stuck inside this sideways range, sideways zone, as you can see. I will just confirm if everyone is hearing me. Okay, someone confirmed me. So this is very important to keep an eye on Bitcoin, because it means that only altcoin maybe low cap, medium cap with very big buy volume, so you can put the volume on the daily basis. Only you will see a lot of fake out, but only if you have a lot of buy volume and breakout confirmation, then you could have a safe entry, because sometimes when Bitcoin is dumping and the dominance remains stable, you can have a lot of liquidity inflow into altcoin to create fake move that, like we saw on iFi, many others. So this is there is no real hype on the market, I think, to see stable move and safe uptrend. So yeah, we are still bearish. So the lowest K level is here and 107. So monitor that one, but we could see a dump again pretty soon, because this is a H1 view. And I guess, once again, because we are on K support, that we won't see a big bearish breakout like this. No, of course, you will have, if there is a dump, some sideways phase, little pump, test of the support, and then other breaks. So if you trade with high leverages, be aware to take your profit on K levels, except if you have a very bad news, very bad event on the macroeconomical news on the market, stocks market or others, then yeah, we could trigger a very big bearish volume. But for now, for me, despite a monthly bullish view, we might see some correction at some point with the main level right there. Okay, and of course invalidation point are above 80H resistance, and as I said many times, 120K. So that's my view on Bitcoin. It's important for everyone to keep it in mind. I try to be transparent because I want to be bullish as you, but the fact is like this: we have to respect the market, because we are just small fishes, and we have to adapt if you want to be if we want to be successful. Okay. Do you have some suggestions on altcoins that I can check? I see ASTER also, but I don't like ASTER move right now because it feels like I FOMO after such a huge trend. Yeah, just waiting for your comment. ASTER, okay, I will check ASTER. I will try to focus on the chart and not on the hype, because when you only listen to your chart, your success rate is much higher. Because how many times I lost money because of the hype, because of the Twitter news. But if the chart isn't ready, you can take very bad move, and you can also stay in position on hoping for something, hoping for a move that will not happen. And many times I lost because I entered because of the crowd, because of the news, but this is not trading. So the best to do is only to focus on the chart. And of course, if you have the chart validation, and if you have the news following, then your success rate is even bigger. Okay, I don't have another chart with more data, because yeah, the ASTER coin has been listed very recently on major exchange. So for me, ASTER, it's very tricky. I think, as I explained, I think we are gonna see a crash on ASTER for many reasons. I sent you. I don't like to FOMO after such a big move. And 3 billion market cap is already very high, because you see, I see a lot of others perpetual decks with even more revenues and even more advanced features and UX. So ASTER exploded just because there was an hype on social media, plus CZ chill it, and they have a kind of partnership with Binance and another investment fund. But for me, this is just hype, and the price might, yeah. Honestly, I feel more like a dump is gonna happen to visit at least the 50% fib. No, the lowest golden pocket, because that was the 50% fib. From the data I have, because I guess that the token was listed earlier on some other decks before to come on exchange. Honestly, I don't feel confident on ASTER, and we can have a kind of, yeah, it feel like, you see also this was a beautiful kind of head and shoulders pattern here. Yeah, that was a beautiful short possible if you look at the 5 minutes maybe, but that was a beautiful setup here. Left, yeah, for novice, for, so you know, when it's like this, I yeah, not the shampoo. I try to focus on the chart pattern, I know, because the chart pattern reflects the psychology of masses, so, and it tend to respect more the statistics. So chart like this, you can have 80% of success rate, 70% plus success rate, but we have to detect it. That's so you see, I called the first time for it, and now we have likely, because I know that it's only an hype, and we also see some major event happen and whales started to book a lot of profit. Also, if you see from on ASTER, this is for me not a this is not a good investment for the long term, because few wallets from the team are holding like 80% of the supply. So it feel like if you they can dump the supply on your on you and book a lot of gain while you buy. So we can't bet against them. Plus also ASTER is gonna drop token release, which look like, for me, they are gonna, from what I see, they are gonna release $1 million every month after at some point this year. So this is also a bearish event for the long term. And here we have likely something like this. Yeah, okay, it can be something like this. You see what I mean? It looks like maybe a double. It's hard to say, because we can have something like this dump under this level, but we can also have, I think, something like this with a double top. So as long as we haven't break the ATH, for me there is a lot of chance to see another big dump. Think about it's 3 billion cap project, 3 billion. This is very huge, and people are now in huge profit from the start, and seeing just seeing a 40% retracement after a 10x pump maybe from few days. This is likely a normal way of the market, on the market, seeing consolidation at lowest point before to start a new trend. So yeah, likely for me we are gonna dump. So I won't give. Currently we are still neutral. Yeah, this is a 30 minute, but we are still bullish on the H1. But you see the resistance I draw here. You see the lagging span we closed. Yeah, this is very risky to be under this level. So if we break an H4, likely H4 or H1 candles, 1 hour candle above 1.78, then why not to visit the ATH? But for now, it feels like it's a bearish pattern for me. And you see, people won't be agree with me because of the hype, and when everyone is bullish, it's normal for beginners to follow the crowd. But yeah, for me, I see something like that happen on ASTER. Of course, with a possibility of bullish move again on this support, so it could be likely something like this rather than a sharp drop. So that's my view on ASTER. Please don't try to do it for the long term, and this is not a financial advice because it already pumped a lot and you can find better, I think. Of course you can do whatever you want, but this is only my personal opinion. Yeah, CZ have supply control, of course, I agree. And you know, if CZ chill a token, he's a businessman, so he don't do it for the pleasure. If he chill some token, it's likely because he have some connection and he want to be profitable also of it. Plus, yeah, he's a huge businessman, so this is his job. What else? Solana, you want to see? I can do Solana, yes, again. AVAX, yeah, okay, AVAX, I like AVAX. Go for AVAX. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. I will show you something that we also got this one on live. This is huge. AVAX, yeah, you see, people don't listen to my chart. You see, that's crazy. So we did the stream, I think it was on at the beginning of September. It was the 8th September, or earlier I shared this beauty. This is insane. You see this is absurd. I gave you AVAX, I remember, at 28. We were here. I think it was around this support, but we entered around this inside the ascending. This is a kind of, for me, ascending triangle or wedge continuation pattern, and look what happened after. If you are patient, this is absurd. About around the 24, we took entry 24. Yeah, so from $24 we pumped to 35, which is almost 50% of pump. You see, that's why people love my content, because my accuracy on the medium term, likely few weeks of play, is like above 80%. With Ichimoku and other setups, indicators, I try hard. This is insane, and this is also beautiful. That's why you can print a lot if you are patient and if you have a good strategy, because you avoid all this market noise. You see, you avoid all the tiny move, and if there is no invalidation, as long as market does not move under your key support, you can let it run. On spot, even if you lose 5 or 10%, I think it's normal because you can accept it. But if you lose 10% with a 10 leverage, you will be liquidated and you could lose. You could lose, but the fact is that if you are patient, you would have earned much more. So that was a beautiful move on AVAX. Let me check the current chart. So I will keep it. I will move on others. Others chart on KuCoin. Yeah, let's go. So this is AVAX. Oh, the chart remain. I will give you. This is likely we have something like this. Is not the same structures on AVAX. But okay, so if we look at, there is less volume on KuCoin, so I think I will move on. likely MX. Okay, it's better. Yeah, AVAX was very bullish. You see why it's very important to have a strategy and to know where to book profit. Just look at this daily candle. I can't imagine. So we opened, we started the daily candle close here at, this is one day, imagine, at 33. We dumped to 29.5 and we closed the candle, we closed the day at 34 almost. So imagine that in 1 day you had 10% of dump, then 13% of pump. So even with 10 leverage, you can't trade it. It's not except if you are a scalper and you book profit very early, very quickly, and if you know to book profit. So even if you don't trade the medium term, I strongly recommend you to focus on it. That's much better. And yeah, because the market is very volatile nowadays, so this is even harder on the short term. You know, sometimes I also lose some money. I'm traders. I try to focus on the short term, but most of my gain, most of my earning come from the spot and my long term invest. I can have 2 months in red, but because it's like this, I can also win 3 months in green with full profit on the scalp short term. But this is only for me a tiny part of the portfolio. So even if I lose in scalping, I know that I will be profitable over the long term run. And this is why I'm still here to talk with you, because I have a risk management like that, and I prioritize the medium term and long term, because even if you lose 10 days in a row on scalp in the market, it's not a problem for me, because I learn from my mistakes and I try to improve my strategy. And now nowadays I'm trying hard to find a short-term strategy, likely scalping few minutes, 15 minutes, and this is even harder in this market condition. But I will success one day to get to be above 90% success chart, success trade, and this is really hard to have in this market condition nowadays. Of course, when the market is bullish, it's much easier, even when it's bearish, because you have a trend. AVAX, to come back on AVAX, what can I say? I don't like it. Currently you see the H4, we have 3 rejection. It's likely a double bottom and the fake pump for me. It looks like a FOMO retracement toward the main exit point, the main sell zone for whales, because it feels very risky. On the daily we are still, I think that AVAX is a very good short position. I think AVAX is gonna dump again. At least it can consolidate. If it keeps consolidating, sorry, I have the okay in French. It feels like it's very risky for AVAX for the same reason. We saw a very clean bull wave. Okay, from the pattern breakout it pumped 30%, 70% from this level. Okay, I see. When I zoom on the weekly, it feels very risky to jump in, because even if it looks very bullish, I think more about a double top rejection here, because usually you see the lagging span on the weekly. I will feel much more confident if we could close a weekly above this level, but currently we are still very neutral. We touched the final, this is the 50% fib here, as you can see. So yeah, this is the exact 50% fib from the previous huge downtrend move, which is likely the strongest resistance on the chart. It's likely now we are at the strongest resistance of the chart, strongest level of the monthly view. Yeah, you see also the volume profile. We fill all this gap, and now we are at this point. So this is a strong supply zone, sell zone, and now the job is to detect if we have some kind of pattern, because even if it's bullish, I think about a rejection before to see the real other wave upward. You have a kind of strong downtrend here. You see, this is a weekly view. Yeah, likely for me, we are not gonna break right now. We are probably gonna consolidate for some days. It feels very risky to be. I have a very good short setup for me. To shorting this resistance is probably the best to do right now, because I don't expect to see a further bull move at such resistance like this, especially with my you see what I explained. Even if this candle is very strong bull reaction, it feels like a bull retracement to trap liquidities higher once again, because when you have big players and whales and institution traders, they shorted at this point, you see, and they entered at this point, but they pumped the price to short again higher. So they took profit here, and this is likely a similar scenario I saw many times. This is likely a trap for me. And from this point, if they are gonna sell in masses again, we are gonna break this point. So two scenarios for me are possible. It's likely a sideway phase inside this yellow zone before to see a break of this level, because I don't expect it. And the next scenario is a sharp retracement and a correction, and it makes sense a correction to visit, yeah, likely the 28 or 26.5, but we are far now from it. So we are at resistance, and the fact is that I expect to see a dump on the short term on AVAX, yeah. So that's my setup on AVAX. So again, if you follow and if you short it, what can I say? This is not a financial advice, and yeah, try to put your stop loss above K levels, okay? Oh, I see AVAX on futures is at 34.4, and here it's at 35. So the funding rate is very low, very negative on futures. Is it the same tickers? No, okay, it's on MOXA because there is a lack of, okay. But you see, this is the same. Yeah. This was the spot. As long as we have not break above this level, we are gonna likely to see a short-term retracement, at least, yeah, 50% fib, this level right there. So that's my view on AVAX. You can comment if you have some question, and we are gonna move to the next one. Tac, tac, tac. ENA. See ASTER break. If ASTER break 1.78, are we gonna break the ATH? Likely yes. Likely yes, but I can't confirm. It's very hard to say. Breaking above the ATH mean that you have to consolidate above, because even if you break the ATH, you can also see a very strong bear and sell pressure because of the double top. So for me, I don't think so, but it's possible, you know. And if you see on social media, the hype has almost vanished right now, because the hype was this huge move. And in case of very strong hype over months, because if a token is at $10 million, and if there is a news that can bring it to 10 billion, the chart will be very consistent, and the uptrend won't be broken like that. Okay, you won't have a sideways phase like this. You will be just big move, consolidation, big move, consolidation. So it tends to say for me that the hype is vanishing, is likely over right now, and this is just sell zone for first entrant, for first people who booked it earlier. Okay. ENA, I can go for ENA. Link, Chainlink, yeah, very good one. This is one of my favorite for the long term, and I have a big bag of Chainlink in staking also, because Chainlink is gonna be above $100. This is for me an evidence, or even much more. I can check ENA USDT. Again, I have right. The fact is that I feel very sad because my copy trading stats are in red. Nowadays, I made 10k on copy trading. I lost almost all the profit because I chased at the opposite of the hype. But it's like, that's why people love my chart, because all of my chart make sense on the market. They are very realistic and often lead to huge gain. But is that the short term is very hard. So I'm profitable again on the long term, medium term, because spot and low average, but being successful on the short term and with leverage trading, if you play more than 10x leverage, it's really hard. Trust me, this is a very hard challenge. So that's why, again, if you want to be successful without investing a lot of time, you should prioritize the medium term and the long term. And my chart are here to help you to success in that field. So once again, ENA USDT, let's review. Love to see the good job once again. I don't know, I don't remember if we saw it. Yes, I charted it on the last live stream. If you remember, you can go on my YouTube on Square. You will have the sum up. On the last stream, I called for ENA. It was a few days ago. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it was on September 18th. Everyone was bullish on ENA because the market was bullish, but look at my view. This is absolutely crazy. All my charts are insane, and I don't understand sometimes why I'm in negative on the copy trading page, but one day it will be very positive. Trust me. Yeah, you see ENA, I call for the dip. It was the 17th of September, so it was here. Exactly, yeah, here. And I will show you why on live, because it's not because I have a very good success chart. that you will also be successful. You have to also understand what's behind the structures. So first of all, I will try to explain you why I took this short on ENA once again, and try to explain, yeah, this is likely exactly what I predicted. This is insane. If you review my stream, I already explained it, the last stream, and this is exactly what happened. I called for this phase to be a bearish accumulation here, because I call also on ENA, this is insane. I call for the bottom here, we pump 200%. I call for the top, so that was a very good job. You see on the daily view, that was likely, yeah, you see these two candles with the tails and the wick, the candle closed exactly at the double top. So that's why Ichimoku is very useful. Even if you don't have Ichimoku, you can draw, and you see the daily candle closed. You have 3 times in a row, 4 times rejection at the daily close here. And here again, four days in a row, we failed to close above the 0.815. And so I guessed that it was a double top. We had also before the break, so this phase corresponds to this one here, as you can see, H4 view and daily view. And you saw here this, I explained it many times, and this is very important. When you have a flat Kijun like this with a very large unit, very large flat Kijun and long one like this, so it was 12 bars, 12 days, meaning that was the K structures, K fundamental level to support prices. So that was the K support, which is, I will show you, which is here. And I know that if we broke under and if we consolidate under, I know that there was a very high probability to see a penetration, how can I say, breakout through the cloud. And we got this here with the candle close inside the cloud. And when you have this, you see the lagging span also breaking under the Kijun, showing a strong reversal in the trend. And we had, I call for a possible dump toward the SSB here, likely 0.585 and 0.55, and you can see it's exactly what happened. And I will dezoom on the time frames. So here I just explained the very good trade we took together, and I will explain just after the current price action. So this live stream is also to educate you and to show you my knowledge on my skills, because sometimes on YouTube you don't have the right explanation, especially on Ichimoku. People stay really basics and don't explain it as I do. So yeah, I was at this, just trying to review the previous post to explain you. Okay, so that was up like that. So I had the lower K demand zone. You see 0.55, which is here exactly. We almost nearly touched it. So this was the K demand zone at the SSB. And why this is very important, when you have a large, you see this is a strong uptrend. Okay, we are still in an uptrend move. We are still bullish overall on the months, the weekly and the daily. We were bullish. Usually when you have a strong bull move like that, the K mark point, the K demand zone are flat SSB level. You see here, and these are often level that support prices for a continuation move. So ENA currently could move higher, because we if we consolidate above the SSB, that will be the K support before to see a new high, but I can't say it right now because we are very neutral. So inside the Kumo we are likely very neutral, so everything could happen. That's it for the trade explanation, and this is likely 20% of them, so this is huge. And you see that the power of these setups is because if you manage your leverage properly, you can be very profitable, because the swing swing setup gives you a very higher win rate than the short-term play. Currently, we are still under the main downtrend. We are still bearish we are neutral on the H4, but we are still neutral also on the H1. Difficult to say if we are gonna break above the trend, or if we are gonna dump lower, because we are still very neutral. But something is good to see here is that we could dump lower if we are gonna see another rejection. You see this level, so this is surely not a safe entrance for the bulls, because we are still under K levels. So short term here we can expect some rejection. So this is typically a spot trade, a short term trade that I can take, because we are at the K resistance play, we are at the K resistance mark. We are still bearish, so there is something likely to trade maybe 2 or 3%. So this is typically a good play for the short term, and this is why it's important to know that you have to take profit inside this zone, because if we break this level, then we could see an explosive move again. A possible scenario here, as we touch the main support 0.55 almost, that this could be an ascending triangle. Why not to see? But I don't have here now, there is only one point of contact, so we also break this downtrend here. You see, it's likely for me very neutral. We are gonna hang I think inside this box before to see the next big move. So we are very neutral right now, but with a bearish bias. And I will give you the K mark. Upper big resistances are at, you see this one on here also, very important one. This one, but likely, this point here. Because you see Ichimoku, we were in a downtrend here, sideways phase, and once we got the H4 candle closed inside the rectangle, that was the validation, because we confirmed that we break under the low, and after that we saw the bearish move. So Ichimoku is very helpful for it. You see also we close under the rectangle, we retested it perfectly with the lagging span. The accuracy is really insane. You see, that was the candle low H1, the candle high on the retest, and then we got the dump. And if we zoom on the 15 minutes, this is a beautiful example of how you can use Ichimoku to trade the range area. Of course, I'm not a scalper. I'm not today a profitable scalper, but some people tend to trade the range. Ichimoku it's very hard to trade the range Ichimoku works much more when you have a trend like bearish or bullish, and 70% of case you are neutral. But it's easier if you know the direction as I showed you. What you can do is to trade this kind of setup, waiting for rectangle breakout, and you trade the direction of the main trend. So you add a very good sell entry, very good short entry at this move, especially as we were still under the main H4 trend, and we got the huge dump I expected for. So congratulations for those who followed last week, because I guess you end this trade in big profit. But currently, yeah, it's very tricky because the lagging span is above prices. On the 15 minutes, we are consolidating right there, but we are still bearish on the H4. So it's difficult to say if we are gonna break here or if we are gonna dump again. So it's typically the chart structure that you have to avoid, because it's hard to say if the momentum is bullish or bearish, because we are at a middle of a move compared to AVAX, which is at K resistances. So we can likely visit upper trend. It's very hard to say, but you have to keep an eye on this one, this huge downtrend. And if we break above, then we could target upper level. But judging by my daily view, ENA could be at the true bottom before to see a next move. And you see something important also is that the lagging span still holding exactly at the price low here. So this I think this daily close will be very important, because if we keep hanging above this level, then I expect to see further bull move. But if the daily candle close below this mark, below the 0.6, which is also a psychological level, then we could anticipate a cloud break. But currently the RSI looks good. We got the low. Currently I think that the bear move might be end. So possible scenario for me will be, as we grab liquidities here, let's do it properly. You see also we broke the rectangle. So a possible scenario, if Bitcoin remains stable, then we could see another bull move, and why not? But the short term you have to, it's very tricky, because lower entry could be see again. Why not to see a retest of this box before to see a pump? So daily close very important, but I think that we are at the bottom for the next few days, judging by the daily structures. So we have to look at every aspect, every trend move. It's very tricky, but you add my my main view on ENA. Sometimes the charts are really difficult depending on the time frame and on the moment you chart it. So give me one more chart, please. Well, I will switch. AVNT, I don't know, NMR. Okay, I go for NMR. I don't know about this one, but I already charted it. I don't remember. I gave you the K levels. So that was this. Okay, I will remove everything. NMR doesn't look bad at the first glance. We got the trend breakout, the weekly trend breakout looks good. We have a weekly channel breakout, so this is huge. We are above the multi-months K level, as you can see, lagging span, lagging span, lagging span. So if we hold above this one, that's pretty good for the next. What to say? I will try to, because the volatility looks very huge right now. Yeah, it's very neutral right now. Why not retesting this K level? This is likely possible if Bitcoin, because we are still very neutral. You have the lower downtrend here. I will show the K levels once again. Here, yeah, you see the range top, which is likely here. Yeah, this is better to put it here and here. Of course, I will zoom on the short time frames. You see the doji. Oh, this is very tricky because the volatility is insane. I will show you the same example. So trading this, you see, if you trade it on the short term, you can't imagine the volatilities. So to explain once again, you have the doji. A doji is once you have no direction on the market, and when we don't know about the next move, it's likely forming. We are creating a top or a bottom, or sometimes we are stuck in a very neutral area. So imagine that we open. Okay, I will go on the H1 view. Yeah. So we opened. No, better to do it on the daily, weekly. So okay, we opened the candle, the weekly candle at 16.6. We are now at 16.9 today. We dumped to 14 and we went up toward 29.3. So imagine in 1 week how many people. This is crazy. So this is only from today, from yesterday, my bad, because the weekly candle close started yesterday, of course. So that was the weekly low for now, the weekly top, and we are exactly at the middle of this. So we already got the 50% fib retracement, which is likely here. So this is likely to be the new big support. And this is very tricky because you see the volatility. If you don't have a view on the medium term or long term, what to do if you trade here? You can enter in long here, maybe scalp few percent, but what if we break the support with high volatility? You can lose a lot. So we are exactly at the middle of a 30% move which happened in 1 day. So this is very hard to say on this one. Likely we are gonna see some bullish vibes here at the 50% fib I gave you. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, this is usually a good spot, a good demand zone. So for the short term, I don't recommend you to short, especially under this low, because bulls are gonna be back. Difficult, very difficult. You have 1K resistance at 18.2, upper resistance 1990.3, and you have lower level at 15.5, but I think you don't mind about it. If I look at the structure, is it a long-term maybe consolidation? Likely yes, because we are consolidating above the weekly downtrend channel. Yeah, 85 weeks, so almost 3 months breakout of the channel, so this is something huge. And if you look at the H4 view, oh, this is crazy. We are likely very neutral also inside this box. So this is very tricky. You can trend the low. I think that trading the low and the high inside this box might be the best to do. Plus the intermediate level, as I showed you. You see the 50% fill here is exactly the middle of the range, so this is cool. So this support is likely gonna hold for some times. Is NMR gonna test 25? Yes, it's likely possible, because as long as we consolidate above the channel, then I think that a possible wave up can start toward 32, which is here on the weekly, because the lagging span will counter the next huge obstacle. And you have, yeah, you see also this resistance here. You saw the big rejection because it corresponds to this multi-months range exactly defined by Ichimoku. And no, this is not this point, this is not this one, neither this one. This is the exact flat SSB here, which gave you the exact, you see the accuracy, exact rejection point. But of course, yeah, a possible scenario for me, as I said, it's very tricky because we have a doji, so it can be a retest of the 11 demand zone or a breakout toward 32 because of the doji structures. But if we zoom at the weekly, once again, this huge demand zone can be tested before the real move. So safety for me will be, because we have always the choice, will be a clean breakout daily, because if we break the daily candle above 21.5, yes, so in case of daily close above 21.5, that would for me confirm further bull move toward 32 or even more. But because of the weekly doji, because of the weekly neutral area, for me it's preferable to trend for the medium term or long term play. That's for me very likely better to trade the lowest K demand zone, which is at, yeah, let's say 12 or 11 at least. And as long as we remain above this yellow box, long-term play could be something like this. Yeah, of course. I don't know about the project, but the fundamentals might help. Yeah, always, if you want to invest in long term, please check the fundamentals. What I said by long term is likely a few years, 2 years minimum, 3 years, 4 years. You can imagine that I traded on Binance at the beginning of Binance. My account started, I was at the very first beginners on Binance. I used to trade Binance coin, BNB, with my brothers at few pennies. Imagine, my brother had 40k Binance coin and it's now at 1000k. So imagine, do the math. I think if I held it for 4 years, I won't be here trying to teach you some trading setups, because I would have been multi-millionaires. And I can tell you a lot of stories like this, because I used to trade the Chainlink at few pennies, Ethereum at $5. And this is very disturbing, because for me, you can make big money only by holding for the long term if you know the fundamentals. And something interesting is that even if you have some millionaire story building shitcoin, pepcoin, memcoin, it's like 1 person out of 10,000, and the others 95% are gonna lose. So yes, you have the adrenaline of the move, trading gives you adrenalines, but your portfolio don't need adrenalines. It needs to focus on the risk management if you want to make it grow on the fundamentals. And yeah, a lot of people, a lot of traders are not profitable on the short term, but they are because their investments are profitable because they have the knowledge too. And the masses, you know, when you have beginners on the market, they don't care about knowing the fundamental of Chainlink because they maybe have $100 and they want to turn it to 10k in 1 day because leverage 100x. But is that the fact they are gonna lose 10 times out of 11? So, and I did it for years. I lost money for years. I keep losing some money on futures because you see the market, futures trading, if you don't have a very strict rules, this is very, very hard. And this chart tells you something like this because seeing 45% move in 1 day. Yes, l'accent franco-english, exactly. Ouais, je suis French grenouille, and the frog is from France. Yes, so this is a little story about it, but you should consider it, and trust me, you will save a lot of more time just by scrolling the project, go through the Binance Academy, learn from yourself, learn what is a blockchain, what is a DeFi, and many things, and try to find some hidden gem which answer about fundamental question, fundamental needs about the masses, and you will see that some projects that are very overvalued, it's a shame to see them at 1 million while you have some coin like Pepcoin without fundamental at few billions. And yeah, this is only with confidence that you will success. And for the story, I know that CZ sold his apartment to buy Bitcoin, and now he succeeded because he took this risk. Otherwise, without risk, you can't really be profitable, except if you want to be profitable over 30 years because you invest in 3% IPR, I can say, or 2% IPR modules or something. But that's it for NMR. Because I like to be here, I will do another coin. And yeah, give me another coin, I will check it on live with you. Follow me, everyone. Yeah, okay. Follow. Yeah, give me one other chat and we are gonna see it together. Now I'm live since more than 1 hour. And the market, I think it's the first stream when I see a very hard market like this. Since, let's say since 3 weeks now, 3 weeks in a row, 1 month in a row, the market move are very volatile. And this is even worse because Bitcoin is flat, so there is no direction, but the Bitcoin dominance is moving very fast, meaning that billions of dollars are flowing into alt in Bitcoin. So that's why the volatility is very huge nowadays because of the market indecision and the large amount of money on the total. Yeah, for example, total market cap. Oh, I didn't see that it dumped a lot. Oh, I don't even remember that I charted it because I do so many charts, and yeah, insane. I remember now I charted the total market cap in July, around the 20 July, January, July, June 25 of this year. I called for the pump to happen because we consolidated above the POC, which is here. And currently, the total crypto market cap, I had this view, so it's likely to be bullish. And you see that what I explained is that we already saw the bull run because the last cycle, on the last huge cycle, so the last huge bull run, it was in 20, yeah, it was at this phase when the market cap of alt in 2020, so after the COVID, we exploded. Oh, I remember, this is the same structure as Bitcoin, I have it in mind. This was the pre-COVID dump, no, if I'm right. And Bitcoin dumped to 4K. That was insane. 4K 5 years ago. I didn't bought it. Ethereum was at $60 here. You can't imagine. I remember it if it was yesterday. We got this huge run. So one candle is 1 week. So you have many, many weeks. And the fact is that everyone called for the bull run to come. But we are already higher than the previous bull cycle. It's because I explained today, a few years ago, when we were at the beginning of Binance or the beginning of the DeFi, let's say 5 years ago, to create a token without agnostic blockchain, without modular and no-code blockchain, it was very hard for people to create token and to put liquidities on many chains, to create a token. Currently, nowadays, everyone can create a token and put it on many chains in few minutes. So, and if you have no knowledge, as I explained, when you begin, you don't check the fundamentals, and the liquidity has spread everywhere. So despite the total market cap above the previous cycle, that's why you have a lot of tokens which are valuable, but they don't have fundamentals. So this is especially why, if you are smart and if you play the fundamentals, long term will play on your favor, and you will success much more than people who only invest because they follow the crowds. So yeah, the total market cap, to sum up, we are still very bullish. Yeah, but likely bullish, but the structure isn't more bullish. And if you look at my view on Bitcoin, we can have some dump on the next few weeks, I explained. And the chart structures also tell me to say that we are gonna likely enter in some red days phase. And you know, the September months, October months usually are bearish one in historical stocks market. This is the end of the year. Before December, we have some red months historically, often repeat. But from what I see, the total market cap, yeah, the same. We can have a local top, meaning that if the total market cap start to decrease with Bitcoin, we are gonna see some red move. Yeah, because we can expect a bearish correction to 3.4 trillion, 3.2.5, but likely it's still bullish on the long term. But the next few days, few weeks, you have to be careful because of the possibility to see a bearish move. Because I see same, a kind of head and shoulders patterns, not the shampoo, playing. Yeah, judging by the structures, you have the beautiful head here, left shoulders, right shoulders, because it's not big. It's not I'm bearish everywhere. I see the market structure on many alts. Bitcoin also is lagging far above the lowest case support. Many alts are also showed bearish pre-sign of breakout. So when you have all the correlation on many assets, the success rate is even bigger. Yeah, it's likely you see also this looks very tricky, very scary. We can start a bearish correction on the alt market, and you know the past few days I think you see also many many altcoin low cap exploded. 40%, 50%, 100%. It's like a sign of pre-alt season market. I see the same happening a few years ago before the last cycle. We had some months of uncertainty, very high liquidity inflow on the market everywhere and market boiling, but without real direction, real hype. But next year, I think at the end of the year or next year, we're gonna have a huge FOMO on the market. But currently, the short term isn't really ready. We can have an evening star structure on the weekly basis started from here, which could result in a short-term dump on the total market cap. 6% of dump in total market cap could lead to a bleed on alt market, because this is $2 trillion, so 2,000 million of dollars outflow from altcoin. So this is scary for long position, and I should most often look at this view because it can really help for my trading also. So it's not I'm pessimist or optimist. I'm not pessimist on the market, but it looks very scary. You have a kind of evening star bearish candle, which is a pre-sign of bearish move. We have no retest of the main. We got it, but it's likely we are gonna break below. And why not? Why not? You see, that could be a perfect move. That could be a perfect move. Why not to see a clean retest of this? That will be so clean. And it could happen, that could be so clean, because the short-term structure looks very bearish. We have a potential 6, 7, 8% of them for the alt market. And you will see, don't think I'm doing wizard or witchcraft or something like this. I just give you the best knowledge I have. I'm transparent, and if you want to long right now, do it, but there is big chance to see another dump on the crypto market really soon. So I will adjust my trading regarding this information right now, and I will try to trade more short position at resistance rather than buy on support, because it means that support on altcoin could be break if the total market cap start to decrease like that. And you have the head and shoulder pattern. I had a good one last time. Something like this with the trend line, which was something like this one. You see, so maybe a bad event is loading. You know, the market structures often result in a major news incoming, so I think something bad can happen, a bad news or something like this, at least a short-term FUD. You see, evening star weekly. Maybe I'm wrong, but you know my lines. Each stream, every time almost, we come back to the previous stream and we see that my lines are accurate and with more than 80% out of 100%. So this is very big. And if we start to decrease here, meaning that all the view I shared you on the bearish setups on altcoin will be validated. So that can be something like this. And of course, if we dump more, that will be very bad for the alt and for the alt, because all the pump we saw previously could be vanished, and we could dump to the previous main area. And this is good for me because I'm a long-term investor, so I don't care about short-term dump. I do DCA, I'm confident, and of course if the project is doing shit development, then I leave. But I checking the fundamentals and do DCA on dumps. That's the best to do. I prefer to buy when it's red and when it's low, before compared to buy when it's very green, because you already missed some good vibes, some good leg up, and some good gain. And yeah, so that's it for me. You agree with this point of view? So to sum up, this is a total crypto market cap asset, meaning that you have currently $3.86 trillion on the market, on the altcoin market, except I think it's outside of Bitcoin, and it's likely bearish. So be aware that the next few days could turn red on the market, and of course not all altcoin. You can have market cap decreasing on some few altcoin exploding because of the fundamentals or something. But I don't often check at this, but like it's correlated with Bitcoin and with Bitcoin dominance, of course. But usually I will try to check it more often and give you, if you want, I can give you my opinion on the total crypto market cap plus the dominance every week. I can do a sum up every week. Then all my community and all my followers will have a market outlook, global market outlook, and the direction for the next. And here, even if we are into a neutral zone, we can have the bearish confirmation tonight because of this daily close. So be aware of others dump. I will do it, weekly sum up about Bitcoin dominance, Bitcoin weekly outlook, and total crypto market cap ahead of the weekly market report. In that way, everyone who follow me will have my advice, my personal advice, and my insight about the global market structures. And you know the accuracy, and many of you are thanking me because of the good view and the time I spent on my chart for you. So I don't know if there is a bad news for alt, but to answer to Lolo82, but from what I see, it's likely that we are gonna see a bad news for the alt market, because the chart, people don't understand it, but the chart can give you in advance what the most aware, the most known, the most famous people in the world know. So people who decide about macroeconomical news, I said, like the bank system, and the top leader of the world, they know what's gonna come, and the charts reflect this before the big move. So thanks for follow. I love to be here with you. Again, this is not a financial advice. All the content you see here, and if you review the stream, do your proper research, do your own research, and I wish you the best for the next, and let's be successful together on the market. I can't share my personal link on Binance Square, but I will give it on YouTube, so you can join my groups. Everything is free. For Binance Square, you can go on my Twitter and go on my bio, so you will have access to all my channels. I give everything for free. You can join my groups, and thanks for follow, and love you team. See you soon. Bye. I will do some chat requests later on today and post work on the weekly report, and I hope you enjoy the stream. Don't hesitate to share and to like and share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you. Bye. Thank you team. Bye. And the link for YouTube is here. You can join on YouTube. If you want to join my private group, in which I give, so it is a private channel, private group chat on Telegram, in which I give more data, like better support, stronger resistances, and I give short-term trade ID with K level mark. You can then you can decide to enter or not with a better view. So if you want to get all this advice from my side, you can sign up on BingX plus make a deposit with my link and give me your UID, and I will give you all the access to my groups. So the only condition to join my free groups is to sign up on my BingX exchange with my referral code, and to make a deposit with the KYC, and you can join my free groups. I also often do private live trading sessions, so to teach you, but this is not the same content like this one. This video on YouTube is like more to educate you about my own strategy, but on the private group I do more trading, focus about trading, likely short term. So I scroll the alt market and I give you I share you my live trade, likely scalping short term, to do it during the stream. That's it. So thanks for follow. I love you, team, and see you soon. Yeah. And if you have some question, you can contact me. I will try to answer to everyone. And of course, if you are stuck in a very bad move, because some of my followers are trading with very high margin, I can help you to decide and to take the best decision to save or to take profit on your margin. So that's it, and thanks for follow. See you. Bye. Thank you.